Business number one, a business I would start today is, I'm going to call this a combination business. This is one where I think there's two businesses that exist that should be combined to make a new kind of business.
Ooh.
You ready? So it's a combo, and it's combining bookkeeping and dashboards because, and I'll share where this one comes from. We do a lot of work with business owners. I see in a lot of business owners' businesses, and time again, I go, oh, show me your P&L, like let's see how this looks. And they either don't have one, or it's not set up correctly, or it's just like an absolute mess.
Yeah.
I would say that 80% of business owners underdo their financial reporting. So I think it's a massive opportunity. I really do. But numbers for the sake of numbers are kind of useless. It's like you've got to be able to create something or turn it into insights that are useful. And I would love to see, and you know, one day I may even do this, although probably not.
One day.
It's on the one-day list, combining that with a really good dashboard for business owners so they can know in moment, where am I at? Like, am I on track or off track, and bring that level of awareness to the things they're actually trying to achieve. So that's what I'm looking at here.
It's funny. You say that as like this great business idea. And I actually think it's awesome to a guy that, like, I'm very fortunate that I get complimented on some of my dashboards here and there because everything has actual sort of outcomes. I actually looked at potentially starting a business like this, like 5-6 years ago, because and sort of more specifically around the business itself. Sort of, I don't know that you're talking about the wealth and all that stuff. The interesting thing is that no one really has mastered this. This is log into all these different tools. This is pay somebody to go and copy paste data regularly. This is like a dark art, because it actually gets people to ask difficult questions. So how would you scale this thing? Like, how would you bring on clients? How would you sell it?
Yeah, so I think selling it's actually pretty easy. I think any business owner that's flying blind will happily pay to have good data so they can make better decisions.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge one. So I think the demand in the market is there. Second to that, I really want to bring in, there's a nuance to this, is like where I feel companies that do dashboards have failed before is like they're relying on the business owner to put in the actual data, where I look at this as a bit of a managed service. So if someone's doing the bookkeeping, is they're getting the data and they've got that all together, so their ability to make it done for you. The dashboard working correctly isn't reliant on the client doing anything. It's this normal accounting procedure or bookkeeping procedure, and then it being presented based on the goals of the business owner. So maybe you've got a goal where you say, look, I want to make $100,000 a month. You would be able to spin out a dashboard that would highlight if you're on track or not on track for that with it and in your financial reporting. That's how I kind of see it. How to scale it? So to your question from there, this is one where I think that the tech just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a people and service business, but my belief is we're a long way off AI actually doing books, like a long way off. But I do feel like the tools and things in this area are improving constantly. So as for tools to like build really good dashboards or pull feeds from things like Xero, I think is only getting better. And then I also think that there's a ton of talented developers out there that could build some really cool stuff that comes with this. I also think this is a bit like lizard brain. I think a lot of business owners kind of want this stuff. Like even I want this more. Like,
so I want mine, but I love this from so many different ways, because you could niche it down so easily and then just scale out one niche. And then once you've got like 80% of those dashboards that are repeatable to other areas, like most businesses want the same insights to go and do the same actions based on whether there's insights are positive or negative. But then once you've kind of done that and scaled that, you just hit one other niche. Like I love businesses where there is a clear path to scalability, but also you could define like the size of business, which I think is quite good. Like I could see businesses paying quite a bit. In your mind, did you have like any kind of packages or product pricing or anything like that you kind of thought through? Because now I'm actually interested. Now I'm curious about this one.
I didn't go that deep because I see so many opportunities. You could do this for like, for example, online businesses that deal in multi-currency could be a really good one that I know is neglected. E-commerce could be a great one. Businesses that deal with like big supply chains or complicated invoicing and they want to stay on top of their cash. Like there's so many like sub niches for this. I did come up with like how I would do the offer though. Typical marketer.
Give it.
All right, this is my plan is like I would offer people like give me your last 3 months of reports and I'll show you what your reporting could look like. The offer is like you give them a taste of it. If you were to give them that and then give them a free reporting on every month, you could have this to make decisions in your company. This is what could be coming with. That's what I would sell on the back of. That's what I think is the like crux. I want to make them see how poor in comparison the reporting they're getting is and how much it's holding them back from achieving things in business.
And just how much they're making decisions based off like personal bias or just assumptions that they've got kind of a couple of things figured out when in actual fact they just don't. People are just making guesses based off what they see today without a dashboard. I could see where a lot of people would lean into that one, Charlie.
I can see you're ready to buy, right? I might have already just won this.
I don't know. I will say this. I feel as though you and I are on very similar wavelengths because my one is very close to that. But
all right, let's do your first. We've got a few to get through. Let's nail it here.
So this one is, I'm not merging any niches. I'm not doing anything crazy. But the offer on this is kind of there's two prongs. And I did not know which one I thought would be the best one to come in. So, Charlie, you and I work with quite a few organizations that spend quite a lot on ads, right? Or even organizations.
Just a touch.
Correct. And things that fascinate me is just how often somebody will make a change to anything, whether it be like a website, whether it be like an ad, whether it be like an automation or something, and it will just break stuff. And then just no one picks up on it because they've got so many things running, so much ads or whatever, or leads coming in that if you just break this like little sort of 5%, it's like you don't feel it. It's not like you've gone from 100 leads down to none.
So this would be like, let's pretend someone changes a URL on a website
Exactly.
and then it's a broken link on an ad or something, or an automation breaks when someone changes something.
Correct. So it's like It's like a leaky bucket. And correct, like we've seen these things where they haven't put tracking codes on an ad. They have there's a post within a Facebook page or a Facebook group that's to an old URL that doesn't work anymore, or the offer in the ad does not align to the offer on the landing page. Like there are a whole heap of symptoms, and so the whole.
So I'm just laughing. I remember once I clicked on an ad and clearly that happened. It was like completely different business. It was like something crazy like, get a plumber, and you clicked on it and it was like an ad for like garden supplies or something. It was just so clearly a mistake. But anyway, continue.
But it's funny because it happens so much. But when you're at larger volumes, because obviously this would be tailored to people spending maybe 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures on ads or doing like large new products or releases or launches or something, it's quite difficult, especially when you're rotating them so often. So it is funnel testing, right? So it's literally there are other businesses out there that I know someone who's got a couple of these sort of businesses where they go and click through the website and say what's broken. They'll test it on different browsers and do all of these things. This is different. So as you roll out different ads, they come in once a week, once a fortnight, once a month, open all the ads and just walk through the whole process, the whole funnel, and just look for anything broken. They'll check that tracking codes are there. They'll check that all of these other things are there, and it'll just give you a report every single week of what you need to do in order to fix it. And all it's about is just the insurance that sits on the back end of what you're spending on ads and marketing.
Do you know, that's exactly how I thought it. It's an insurance policy.
Yeah.
For like, if you're spending, let's say, $1 million a month on ads, right, which I actually know some people that do that. Right, spending $1 million on ads, is it worth you spending 10 grand to make sure that all that money you're spending on traffic is actually doing what it's supposed to do?
Going to the places, getting tracked, getting even to the point that like I thought through it where it's almost like a mystery shopper because you could have people completing these leads. Are your sales guys calling them? Is the checkout process working? So like you could actually put on add-ons on here to make more money through it. And if an organization is spending $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month on ads in this example, the budgets are pretty decent for them to have that kind of insurance policy because a leaky bucket on that is like if you're wasting $10,000, it's a very small amount for them. But like imagine the leads that they've just lost.
Hey, fellow business owner, if this topic and value-packed short video has resonated with you at all and you want to dive deeper into being a full stack business owner, check out the full episode by clicking the link on your screen or in the description right now.